It says in Genesis that humankind was placed in the midst of the Garden of Eden to till it and keep it. As I see it, we are the tillers and earth is the garden. Think about it. In roughly 12,000 years since the last ice age, earth has become relatively quiet and rich with life. Mankind has gone from primitive, mostly gatherers, to contemplating a flight to Mars, some 140 million miles one way, more than 5,600 times around the Earth. Earth is a beautiful garden suspended in an abyss of infinite space. That in itself is a miracle. How have the tillers done? In this video, I should want to look at one part of the garden, wetlands.
The mist of the sea rises to meet the mist of the air. A vapor of moisture forms to randomly move with the wind about the face of the garden. Certain vapor is heavy and visible as clouds, some invisible but suspended. It is for most creatures of the garden to never know from whence the wind and vapor come. The human creature can speculate and measure, but there is only a prediction. Cold wind meets warm winds. They pass over dry land and rise to scale the mountains. They come together with fury and they come together with gentleness. Thus starts a never-ending quest for the elements of the vapor to return to their origin, at least to the same level as their origin. As the garden earth turns, the wind moves in the mist and it passes. All the living organisms of the garden, the plants and the creatures, depend on the vapor from the sea. It is this vapor in liquid form, called water by the tiller, on which all life depends. It is a process of rising as a mist to travel with the air, then to be redeposited and move across the surface of the land, to rest in pools and lakes and soak into the earth. It is a process to flow between the sand, silt, and clay to be cleansed, all the while seeking the original level. Through this process, the water can pass by all life forms of the garden on which they depend so desperately. The water continues this journey, seeking origin, until after much diversion, delays, change in form and passage, it finds a new mouth that empties back into the sea. It may not be the same place in the garden that it started, but the level is the same, and after all, that is what is most important for the water.